Hi everyone and welcome to my next update video. I'm Newcraft Annie. This is flosstube number 135 and yeah, this is not my normal update video once again because we're still in Arbitrary August, which is an event created by Stitch and Mommy, so Sarah, back in 2018 I think. Basically I spin a wheel on my Tiny Decisions app every day to see what I stitch on that day, and every morning or every day before I come here, or before I start stitching, I come here, do a short video clip to show you what I stitched on the day before and what I'm planning to, or what the wheel chooses for me to stitch on that day. And yeah, then I upload all of those small video clips together in one video every Monday. So that's basically the plan for August, and I think that's everything I need to say upfront. So let me show you what I stitched on yesterday. Because yesterday, Mini Magic Mirror got chosen. This is charted by Haven't Enough Designs. The artwork is by Anne Stokes. This is going to be the finished piece, and I show a picture of what it looked like yesterday before I started stitching. And this is where I got to, and I'm really excited about that. Basically, this one, I started in the top right corner, finished pages 4, 3, and 2, and now I'm stitching on page number 1. And with this one, I go through the columns, picking the first symbol that's not yet stitched, stitch one length of thread, and move further down the column. Except for the black, I leave all the black off until I have finished everything else on the page, and then I just stitch the black until the page is done. So yesterday, I think I had 3 columns left where some color stitches were in, but not a lot of different colors. And I'm very happy to tell you I did about 600 stitches and I finished all the color stitches on page number 1. Very, very, very excited about that. So I did a lot on this left side over here. I finished off the skull, which was very exciting because one of those colors only had 6 stitches left, 4 of those in the skull, 1 somewhere down here, and 1 somewhere down here in her hand because she wears a ring that's purple. So that were the 6 stitches, and now the first color is completely done. There are overall, I think, 87 colors in the whole design, so I have 1 color finished now. But that is still very exciting, and I'm just very happy with this piece. I stitched on this for the last 3 days because all those days it got chosen with my wheel, and I'm fine with that. And then the one before, under week 1, I got a lot of questions if I want to choose the non-repetitive selection on my wheel now. But I don't think I want to. Yes, I do get a lot of the same projects somehow. It's kind of funny because somehow I ended up with week 1 being a focus on 4 seasons, week 2 being a focus on Mini Magic Mirror. But I'm actually fine with that. I only have 8 projects left where I have not yet finished my goal on this year. And so far, I think 4 of those have been chosen, which is fine for me because that means more progress on those 4 projects. And some of those other projects I still stitch on every day or every week anyways because they're my oldest full coverage or oldest non-full coverage pieces. So I'm actually fine with just having those few projects for now and stitching on them a lot, getting closer to my year-end goal. And when I'm done with those, I can switch back to the other ones. For example, this one, I wanted to do 9,000 stitches this year, and with yesterday's stitching, I finished half my year-end goal. Still a long way to go, still 4,500 stitches to do, but I finished half. That's something. I started the month of August with 7,000 stitches still left to do, and now I'm at 4,500. So that's pretty good. This one is stitched on a 28 count Lugana. I'm stitching 2 over 110 stitch. Needleminder is from Just So Heavenly. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm kind of hoping to get back to it maybe this month, so I can start with all the black stitching in this page and slowly start filling up that page. So hopefully soonish I will have a page finish. That's the goal. And Then we'll see how I'm going to continue stitching with this, because so far, as I said, I concentrated on the pages and moved on from there. And going forward, I'm actually not sure how I want to stitch this piece. So we'll have to see about that. I have a few different ideas, but I still have some time to decide, so I'm waiting until I have finished that page. And now we're moving forward, because I only show you one project or two projects every day, and that leaves me a lot of time to ramble about those projects, which I feel bad about, because then the videos get so super long. On the other side, I really like to talk about my projects. That's the whole reason I started those flosstube videos. So we'll see. Let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. Probably not that much time to stitch on, but hopefully more than yesterday. And yesterday I still did 600 stitches. So we'll see. This is my tiny decisions wheel with all the projects I have not yet finished my year-end goal on. And let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. I just talked about this, that this was basically my focus in the first week of Arbitrary August, but I'm going to get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is 4 Seasons, also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Jessica Yaka, and I'm stitching in 20 by 20 blocks over the whole width of the pattern and basically then moving down. Like a printer, someone commented once, and I really like that. So yeah, like a printer. I'm now on my second row and I'm somewhere back here. So let me show you my starting point, which with this one is always a little bit complicated. So you'll have to wait a bit until I sort it all out. Okay, so this is the whole piece. So far, as I said, I'm stitching in 20 by 20 blocks over the whole width, and I'm now on the second row. It would be really, really amazing to actually finish that row. But for that, I think I need about 1,000 stitches, and those are 4 cross stitches. This is a 25 count even weave in cream, and I'm stitching 1 over 1 4 crosses. So as I said, about 1,000 stitches, maybe even some more, to actually finish that row. So we'll see if that's going to work out, but it would be amazing. We'll see. Needleminder is from Danka Designs, and I bring it a little bit closer to show you where I'm actually going to stitch on. So this is where I'm at right now. I still have to finish off that square, and then I can continue over here to finish off that part. There is a little bit of confetti in here as well, so because there's, sorry, this one right apart. So that's quite confetti heavy. I saw that already on the pattern, but we'll see how far I can get. I'm going to at least finish that block. That I'm sure. The rest, we'll see. So yeah, this is 4 Seasons. I am going to be back tomorrow, maybe even tomorrow before work. We'll see. I have an early shift once again, so we'll see if I'm up to it or if I still need a few more minutes of sleep. And yeah, I'm going to show you what I did on 4 Seasons tomorrow, and until then. Hi everyone, it's now Wednesday the 17th of August, of course. And I know the lighting is super bad, but we're actually waiting for a thunderstorm, and I'm really hoping that there will be one. It's been way too hot and way too humid for the last few days, and I just really can't wait to have some nice, enjoyable weather and not just going crazy with the warmth. And I really hope for the thunderstorm to come. There were a few times already where it was said there would be a thunderstorm and there wasn't one. And yeah, I want some rain and some clear air, and yeah, I can't wait for that. So I'm sorry about the lighting, but for me that's actually a good sign, so we'll see about that. But I'm here to show you what I stitched on yesterday, and yesterday I stitched on 4 Seasons, so let me show you where I got to. This is now the whole piece and where I'm at. And as you can see, I'm actually finished that right edge, but not that part in between. Basically, what I did, I finished the block I had started and more or less finished the next one. And when I started that last one, that is a little bit wider than my normal blocks. Normally my blocks are 20 stitches wide and 20 stitches high, and the last one is 25 stitches wide. I'm not going to do 25 stitches on 20 as its own block, so I just combine those last few stitches. And with that last block, I started with the part threads from right to left, and therefore the right side is already done. And now I'm moving my way over to the left side. But as I said, I finished that block completely. That block, the next one, there's quite a bit of black missing down here, but especially in this part over here, there's a ton of black. And I want to start stitching the black from top to bottom. And if I continue my rows, I would end all the way over here with a lot of black, and then I would start my next thread up here and would have to jump down here. But probably that part thread comes from down here. So I would stitch over here to finish that block, then park the thread up here, stitch over there, and then jump down to park it again. So that just doesn't make sense. So I decided to just leave those few stitches not stitched in the block before, start on this one, and when I get to the black, I then just stitch from top to bottom and park below. Just easier for me, and yeah, therefore that's what I'm going to do. Also, not a ton of stitches left to finish my year-end goal. I think I have 1,000 stitches, something like that, and then my year-end goal will be done. So I'm actually hoping this one will come out maybe 2 more times, and I should be done with my goal. So yeah, that's now something I'm kind of looking forward to. It's been chosen a lot during that first week, and maybe we can continue that, because that would mean I can soonish cancel it from my wheel. The wheel I'm talking about is this one, with all the projects I have not yet finished my year-end goal on yet. So let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. Only 8 projects left. Oh, Raven Queen. That's actually fun. So I'm going to get that project and show you my starting point. So this is Raven Queen by Mirabilia. This is going to be the finished piece. And I stitched on this one for my travel stitching a little bit since you saw it last. So first, I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to so far. Basically, since you saw it last, I think I did 1.5 lengths of the Karen water lilies down here. So a lot more progress in here. And now I will have to fill in a lot of the black next, because those, I stitched this one. I go from top to bottom, left to right, pick the highest symbol up, not yet stitched, and then stitch 1 length of thread. And probably the next 3, 4, 5 threads will all be black. So yeah, that's my Raven Queen. She's beautiful, and she is stitched on a 32 count gray linen. I'm stitching 2/2 crosses. Needleminders from Danka Designs, and I don't have a lot of time left, so I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do. But I probably should start and fill in a lot of those beads, because all those missing stitches you can see in her dress, basically from this point upwards, all those are going to be beads, and I should start with those. So maybe that's what I'm going to do, but as I said, not a whole lot of time left, and it might be just easier to continue stitching down here. But she is my travel stitching, so I will continue stitching down here anyways, and I might end up with a lot of beads to do at the end, and I don't want that. So I think I'm going to do some more beads on her, but we'll see. Yeah, that's my Raven Queen, and that's my project for today. So I'm going to get started with some stitching, and I'll be back tomorrow to show you what I did. And for you, that's only in a few seconds. So see you then. Hi everyone, I'm back on Thursday, the 18th of August, to show you what I did on Raven Queen yesterday. It's already quite late again, because I had an early shift and I took a nap afterwards. But now I'm finally done with early shifts, at least for a bit, and I'm so happy about that. So I hope that today I can stay a little bit longer than 8 or 9 o'clock and maybe get some good stitching done. But first, let me show you where I got with Raven Queen. This is the progress I made yesterday, as well as my progress today while at work for travel stitching. Basically, I finished all those beads up here, did a lot more of those. You probably can't see a whole lot, but the holes are now filled, and then I did 2 lengths of black, one with a lot of progress in here and the other one over here. That was the one I did at work today, and that's it. As I said, not a lot of time yesterday, but I'm very happy with where I got. The beads are done, and that's always something that just takes quite some time and I'm not really looking forward to. So yeah, that's a good outcome to having the beads done. So yeah, this is my Raven Queen for now. I'm going to continue with her as my travel stitching, and hopefully during this month I make a lot more progress. So during next month I might be able to finish her. That would be pretty amazing, but we'll see about that. So far I'm just really happy with yesterday's progress and with having done all those beads. I tried to bring it a little bit closer to show you the beads and the sparkle, because yeah, I did spend quite a bit of time yesterday on that. 3 different beads, basically 2 beads in the same color, but different sizes, which you can see up here, those bluish beads. Those are the smaller ones, and then the big ones. And then there are the petite beads in red. So I did those up here and down here as well. And with those 2 lengths of black I now have the next 3 spots where beads are going to be, but I did those 2 lengths of thread after I was done with beading and I was not bringing out the beads again. So yeah, slowly starting to get those holes everywhere in here again. So soonish I will go back and fill in those beads as well. Yeah, so that's that. One more time in her full glory, because she is beautiful. And now let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. As you all know, I have my wheel with all the projects where I have not yet finished my year-end goal on, and I'm going to spin it and see what I'm going to stitch on today. Colorado Mountains. This one is actually a nice project because I want to finish it this year, and I still have about 5 pages left. So I'm going to get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Colorado Mountains. It's by Golden Kite, and this is going to be the finished piece. I stitched this in diagonal pages, and the first row of pages is already done. And now I stitch on, I think, page 6 of row number 2, with 7 pages overall in every row. So yeah, I show you where I'm at with this one. So this is where I'm at with that. As I said, the first row of pages is already done. Now I'm going to stitch this page, then I move down here, and then I will finish the second row of pages. Last time I stitched on this was the 1st of August, and I had the tiniest amount of times to stitch that day. So I started that column with a few tiny stitches up here. I think I did around 60 if I remember correctly. So today it would be nice to finish that first column, but we'll see about that. Honestly, I'm not really feeling that project at the moment. So, and we still did not have a thunderstorm yesterday. I really want one. I really need everything to cool down a little bit. So the hotter it gets, the less motivated I am to stitch, because everything just feels gross. And yeah, we'll see what I'm actually going to do. I would like to finish that column. As I said, I want to finish this piece this year. And I was kind of hoping to finish this page during August. So moving forward, I can then finish 1 page a month and reach my year-end goal. But we'll see about that. This one stitched on a 25 count even reef. I'm stitching 2 over 110 stitch. Needleminders from Lenka Designs. And yeah, this is Coloring Mountains. It does look pretty amazing. Yeah. So we'll see what I'm actually going to be able to do today. And I'm coming back tomorrow morning to show you what I did on that one. See you then. Hi everyone. It's now the 19th of August and it's already 3 p.m. And this morning I had an appointment and I did not have the time to film before, and therefore I'm here now. Yeah, so let me show you what I did yesterday on Coloring Mountains. This is where I got to, and I am happy with it, although I did not finish the column. Honestly, I did not really feel like stitching yesterday, so I'm very glad for every stitch I did. And yeah, I ended up with a few more than last time I stitched on this one. And I'm close to finishing all my parked threads in here. There are 2 more parked threads, and yeah, then a few more colors I still have to fill in where I haven't parked a thread. But yeah, this is where I got to. I don't think I can say any more about this project. Yeah, I enjoyed stitching on it. It's just, yeah, I enjoyed stitching on it overall. And I'm now looking forward to see what I'm going to stitch on today, because today I feel like I might be able to do a little bit more. I'm more in the mood for stitching. Yesterday it got kind of cool in the afternoon already, so I was finally able to get the heat out of the house a little bit, and it's now way better, and therefore normally I should be able to stitch some more because it's not as hot. So we'll see how that goes. But first, let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. This is my wheel with all the projects I have not finished my year and go on yet. And today I'm going to stitch on Story Keep the Frog Prince. I'm going to pause this video, get the project, and show you where I'm at. So this is Story Keep the Frog Prince, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Melanie Devlin. This is going to be the finished piece, and I show you my starting point. So, sorry. This is where I'm going to start this project today. Basically, I stitched this in diagonals of 10 by 10 blocks over the whole pattern. So this is the whole width of the pattern. It's only 200 stitches wide. So I thought it's actually possible to stitch over the whole width of the pattern in diagonals. Last time I stitched on it, I did not have a whole lot of time. I think it was during August as well. And I started on the next diagonal, finished 2 blocks, and started in on the third one. So today I'm going to continue in this diagonal. I should be able to finish that crown and get some more stitching done in her face. Those blocks will be very confetti heavy, as you can see with those parked threads over here. There are a lot of them. So that always means there's a lot of confetti going on there. Sorry, this fabric does not cooperate. So I'm hoping to get through her face and maybe even a bit more done, but we'll see about that. Yeah, looking forward to this. I still have quite a bit to do on this project this year to finish my year-end goal, but we will see how far I can get during August. This is stitched on a 32 count light blue linen. I'm stitching 2/1 10 stitch, and the needleminder is from Denkai Designs. One thing I wanted to mention with this project, I think it was on my Instagram, so maybe I should answer over there as well. But I had a comment asking how I know where to park and where the next stitch starts with my diagonal blocks. And basically, with those diagonal blocks, if I stitch this block up here, I finish the color in the block and then search in the block. Probably that's not the best block to show that. Let's take this one. I finish the color in the block and then look in the block below if I can park that thread somewhere in there, which means parking. I put the thread through the hole where my next stitch in that block is going to start, and then I just leave it hanging. And if that color is not in the block below, I search in the block to the right. If it's not in there as well, I might search for the block down here, or even over here. And if this color is in none of those blocks, I just put it away. And if it is, I park it, leave it for the next time I come back to this, and then continue stitching. With those 10 by 10 blocks, I normally park in the block below, as I just said. So especially with those darker background colors, I normally have a thread of the same color parked in that block, parked in that block, parked in that block, and so on. Just because I park further down, and therefore, for me, I'm fine with having a lot of the same threads of the same color parked on the same piece. So I don't care about that. So yeah, that's Sorry Keep the Frog Prints. I hope this explanation was understandable. If you have any more questions or anything like that, just ask and I will answer. If it's a shorter answer, I normally do it in the comments. If I think that question might interest some more people, or it's a question that means a longer explanation, I normally do it in my videos. So this is my starting point. I'm going to get stitching, and I talk to you tomorrow morning. See you then. Hi everyone. It's now the 20th of August. It's a Saturday, and I'm here to show you what I did yesterday on Sorry Keep the Frog Prints. I did not as much as I would have liked to do, but I'm still happy with what I did. So this is where I got to. Basically, I finished that block, stitched those two, and then I stitched the next two basically at the same time because they are on her forehead, and the chart basically is in the middle. It's very bright, and in circles outwards the colors get a little bit darker to give some nice shading on her forehead. And I had already stitched that top left corner of that circle and then parked it in the top right. So with those next two blocks, I'm now stitching everything in the top right corner of the circle, then in the bottom left, and park it in the bottom right. And therefore I stitched those two blocks at the same time because I'm not going to use two threads for that. There are not enough stitches in there to actually finish my thread, so that's not worth it for me. And I'm not going to stitch those stitches there, park it there, and as soon as I finish that block, I take those same threads on my needle again to park it then to the right. So those two blocks are stitched more or less at the same time. Yeah, overall I did close to 400 stitches, which is okay. I still did not really feel like stitching yesterday. Once again, it's way too hot. I really want some cooler weather, but well, I suppose I have to wait for that still for a while, but okay. So yeah, this is Sorry Keep the Frog Prints as it is now. And now let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. I have a few projects that I would really like to stitch on, so I hope those will come up, but we will see about that. This is the wheel with all the projects. I have my goal not yet finished this year, and I'm going to stitch on Mini Magic Mirror. This is actually one of those I really would like to stitch on, so I'm going to get a project and show you my starting point. So this is Mini Magic Mirror. It's artwork by Anne Stokes, charted by Heaven Enough Designs. This is going to be the finished piece, and I just said all of that before and somehow managed to not record it. So yeah, for a second round, this is Mini Magic Mirror. This is going to be the finished piece, and I show you my starting point. So this is my starting point on her. You should have seen it this week already, I think, this video. I think I stitched on it the beginning of the week, and when I did, I finished all the color stitches in page number 1, which means I now have to fill in all of the black. And all those missing stitches are going to be black stitches, so there's quite a bit still left to do. I do hope I will actually be able to finish that page. That would be really amazing. But yeah, as I said, a lot of missing stitches in here. So we'll see how good that is going to work. if I do finish that page, I will have finished the first row of pages, which would be really amazing. So we'll see. This is stitched on a 28 count Lugana. I'm stitching 2 over 1 10 stitches, and the needle minder is from Just So Heavenly. And I can't wait to fill in the black in the skull, so he will look more like this one and not kind of strange with the white eyes and nose. And yeah, but overall, I really hope to finish that page. I will come back tomorrow to show you what I did, and hopefully with a page finish. Until then, yeah, for you it's in a few seconds, and I will be back tomorrow morning. Hi everyone, it's now the 21st of August, and I'm here to show you what I did yesterday, and I'm very happy with what I did yesterday, because yesterday was the best stitching day, at least since I keep track. I did the most amount of stitches I ever did, and I got a page finish, and even some more than that. I'm so happy. This is my mini magic mirror, and yesterday when I talked to you last, I had all the color stitches done on page number 1 and just needed to fill in with black. At least that's what I thought until I found a stitch that was not yet done. So I did one color first, and then I started filling in with the black. And it took me quite a while, but as soon as I had filled in all the black, I ended up with a bit more than 1,400 stitches. Considering the color stitches I did before, I had 1,393 black stitches that I finished on page number 1 and a little bit below on page number 5, just to finish off my threads. And yeah, I have a page finish. It looks amazing. I'm really happy. The first row of pages is now done. And I wasn't sure how to go forward with this piece, which method to use for my stitching. And I have now decided I'm going to continue with the same stitching method I did this first row of pages, which means I'm going to stitch each page, column by column, going from top to bottom, left to right. Whenever I find a symbol that's not yet stitched, I stitch one length of thread before I then move on to the next color. Except for all the black, I'm going to finish all the black as soon as the rest of the page is done. In this row of pages, I went from right to left. Now I'm going left to right, and that's where I started on this first column over here, and filled quite a bit in there already and moved further down as well. Because I ended with my black stitches and with my page finish kind of early in the evening. I think it was maybe around 8 o'clock or something like that, or 9. And I knew I could have another 1 or 2 hours of stitching, and I really felt like doing some more on this piece. So in the end, I ended with 1,701 stitch. My highest stitch count previously were 1,660, and now I ended with 1,701, which is very exciting. Really cool. I'm really happy about that. Not all projects, not with all projects that would be possible, but this one with that much black, it actually helped for that, because stitching only one color, not having to concentrate that much on the pattern, because I basically just filled in the stitches that were missing. Yeah, that was fast. That was really fast. And I did a lot, and I'm really happy with the page finish. And yeah, as I said, I started a little bit more down here. The page break on this page number 5 goes through about here and over here. So I will get this wing, her first wing, and a lot of the mirror frame is basically what's going to happen on this page over here. Not going to finish page number 5 this year, because now I only have 2,500 stitches left to finish my year-end goal. And I started Arbitrary August with 7,000 stitches left to do for my year-end goal. So I did a lot on this project, and I'm very happy about that. Yeah, getting closer to finishing my goal on her. And I think I talked about her enough now. So let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. So once again, this is my wheel with all the projects I have not finished my year-end goal on yet. And today I'm going to stitch on Story Keep the Short Prints. I'm going to get the project and show you my starting point. So this is Story Keep the Frog Prince, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Melanie Dellen. This is going to be the finished piece, and I stitched on this one, I think the day before yesterday. So you have seen this one recently as well, for sure in this video. So this is my starting point, and last time I stitched those two blocks at the same time. I'm going to continue with that, and just continuing in my diagonal of 10 by 10 blocks. It would be nice to finish those two face blocks, which should be possible, and then I'm going to move further down. There's a lot of confetti in this area as well, so we'll see if I get through that or not. But yeah, this is my starting point. It is stitched on a 32 count light blue linen, and I'm stitching 2/1 10 stitch needleminder from Danka Designs. And yeah, this is my starting point. Let's see what I can get done today. This crown is now finally done, which was very exciting. And yeah, now I'm stitching in her face, and I think I will get a little bit of her eye already done. So I am looking forward to that. I'm going to stitch on that today and come back tomorrow morning to show you what I did on my frog prints, as well as show you progress on my treble stitching, although I'm not quite sure if I did anything since you saw it last. Yeah, nevertheless, if I have something to show, I will show my treble stitching as well tomorrow, and then tomorrow sometime upload my video. So until then. Hi everyone! It's actually now Tuesday, the 23rd of August, and I wasn't here yesterday to show you my progress on Story Keep that I stitched on Sunday. Yesterday normally would have been the day I did my video and uploaded it and stuff like that, and I was super tired. I did not feel like stitching at all. I did not feel like doing my video, so I just didn't. Basically, I spent a day doing everything else but just not stitching, so you didn't miss anything. I just did not come on here to show you what I did the day I said I would, and basically took one day break, and yeah, that has to be okay. It is okay for me. I needed it, so I took it, and so now I'm going to show you how far I got on Story Keep the Frog Prints on Sunday. So this is where I got to with this project. I'm very happy with what I did. Basically, I finished those two blocks. I had already started both of them, and then I stitched this block, and that's been it. So probably around 200 stitches. I actually did not check, but I kind of feel like I lost my stitchy bug maybe a little bit. The last week, basically, I just never felt like stitching as much. I know I did a lot on Mini Magic Mirror, but otherwise I just did not feel like stitching as much, and yeah, I just didn't. That sometimes happens, and I kind of feel like I lost my stitchy bug a little bit. So yeah, I'm fine with just doing 200 stitches and not stitching at all. Yesterday, I'm still very happy to get progress on her face, and as you can see here, I have started her eyebrow. There's her eyelid, and then there's going to be the eye in the next block over here. So I am very happy with that. I finished her ear and that part of her face, and next I will be moving further down and stitch on her dress whenever this one comes out next. Yeah, so that's been that, and now let me show you my progress on my treble stitching, which basically I did some treble stitching yesterday in my early shift, and otherwise no treble stitching since you saw it last. I think I showed this project sometime around the middle of last week because it came up for my Arbitrary August, and I stitched on it here at home, and after that I did one sitting of treble stitching. That was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And that's been it. My treble stitching at the moment is Raven Queen by Mirabilia. this is going to be the finished piece, and I show you here a picture of what it looked like the last time I stitched on it, I think Wednesday or something like that. And this is where I got to. So basically I did one more length of black in here to fill in a few of those swirls, and I did one more length of the currant water lilies to, I'd missed 2 stitches up here, so I did those and then moved further down and continued stitching down here with that. And yeah, that's been it. As I said, only one occasion for travel stitching at work, and I don't have a ton of time there. So that's it. That's my Raven Queen. She is stitched on a 32 count grey linen. I'm stitching 2/2 4 crosses. Needleminder from Denker Designs. And yeah, that's my Raven Queen. So now let's see what I'm going to stitch on today. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about plans. This week is a normal Arbitrary August week. I'm going to do a normal vlog style video. And then next week, the first 3 days are still days in Arbitrary August. And after that, we have September. So September 1st will be the Thursday. I think I'm going to continue with the vlog style video for Monday through Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I talk about what I did, what I plan to do the rest of the week. And then on the Monday afterwards, probably the 4th or 5th of September, I then going to do a recap what I did the week before, and that's going to be uploaded then. But yeah, that's going to happen in 2 weeks. So let's first see what I'm going to stitch on today. Here's my wheel. And I don't have a ton of time today, so we'll see. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Raven Queen, you just saw that project. It's my travel stitching project. It actually works out really nicely. I have a late shift today, so I might get some stitching in before I go to work, and then I can hopefully get a bit more progress while at work and maybe a little bit afterwards. So Raven Queen is a good project for today. I do have late shifts for the rest of the week. Late shifts are never good for stitching. So we'll see how well this week turns out, how much I can actually get done. We'll see about that. I keep you updated. I continue doing my vlog style videos. I'm sorry I'm a day late with this one, but sometimes you just have to take a break. And that's what happened yesterday, so I did. So yeah, that's been it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will upload my next video on Monday. And yeah, until then, bye.